you also prepare an exhibit that demonstrated your findings?
Yes.
All right. May I approach Mr. Sharp?
Certainly.
Mr. Barker, let me hand you what's been marked as hearing exhibit number 14. You recognize this document?
Yes.
What is it?
That is the map that we created in our office as being the overlay of the aerial photograph, the contours, and the as part of our survey that we had created to compare the ministerial district lines.
Okay, and also with the ministerial district map, correct?
Yes.
And this is the product of that comparison, is that correct?
Yes.
And you previously identified a brown frame dwelling as house number 281, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you show the court exactly where that lies?
This marked as frame dwelling.
Is it this
Yes.
yellow box right here?
Yes.
First floor, frame dwelling. And is this another dwelling you understand is also owned by Mr. Vance?
As I understand it, is held by Mr. Manson.
And did you also conclude that it lies within the magisterial district, correct?
Yes.
All right. But this is the one that's labeled 281, correct?
Yes.
Now, I noticed that instead of a sharp line, we have sort of blocks. Can you explain to the court why that resulted?
This was a scanned image, and as the part of the scan, whenever we import the scale, you can manipulate the scale of map as far as the line weights, the blocks, everything. And as of being a result of that, that's why you see the blocks as they are.
All right, and you've designated, however, that this is the junction of District 4 with District 3, correct?
Yes.
And your depiction demonstrates that the frame dwelling number 281 lies to the south of that common line, correct?
Yes.
Any doubt in your mind that it lies to the south of that district line?
No.
Move the admission of exhibit 14.
Any objection?
Yeah, I'd like to reserve the right to cross-examine.
That's fair. I will call the rule until the petitioner's counsel has an opportunity to cross-examine.
I'll leave it up. That's all I have for this.
Very well. Cross-examination, Mr. Baker.
Mr. Barker, could you tell me your education background?
Originally, I went to receive a degree in drafting.
Did you graduate high school?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Floyd County, Kentucky.
And after high school, what was your first,
Originally, it was drafting, and then I had completed some courses in pre-engineering classes
where did you do that?
at ACC. Ashland Community.
Ashland Community College?
Yes.
What did you do next?
I haven't completed that degree.
So, you graduated high school, you took some classes in drafting at community college in Ashland, and then you took some other classes in surveying,
No, for pre-engineering.
pre-engineering at community college in Ashland.
Yes.
You've never completed a course of study either in drafting or in engineering.
Oh, yes, I have completed the drafting.
Was that exterior drafting or drafting as in laying out plans, layouts?
Laying out plans and layouts.
Anything to do with land surveying?
Did it have, not in its entirety, no, somewhat, yes.
Why don't you tell me what your training, education, and background is in land surveying?
I have been surveying since 1996. Since that time, I have completed several maps. I have, that is predominantly what I do is the mapping. I have done so since 1996.
How much of your work has been involved in field work as opposed to mapping in an office?
I would say 65% office and 35% in the field.
And 35% of your, I think this was on-the-job training, OJT, and
Yes.
so this 35% of your OJT, how much of that you were actually the lead man on the crew operating the transit or the devices that either of you operate?
As I recall, it was in sometime around 1998, and since then I've worked in West Virginia since October 2004.
You understand that West Virginia has a board of licensed land surveyors.
Yes, sir.
Are you a licensed land surveyor in West Virginia?
No, sir.
Have you ever submitted the work examples that are necessary to the board of licensed land surveyors here in West Virginia to seek licensure?
I have not.
You ever applied and been rejected?
No, sir.
You ever applied at all?
No, I have not.
And as I understand your testimony, your authority to work here in West Virginia is based upon the fact that you work for a company that's owned by a man who's a West Virginia licensed land surveyor.
I work under his supervision,
So
yes.
you work for the company.
Yes.
And were you working under Mr. Porter's supervision when you did the work that you testified about here today?
Yes.
So Mr. Porter would have been the lead man, he was the licensed land surveyor on the city,
He was the licensed surveyor, yes.
and he was the lead man on the job. He was the licensed land surveyor on this job.
Yes.
Your presence here in West Virginia and in Lincoln County and the basis for your testimony is not as a West Virginia licensed land surveyor, but by an assistant who worked for a licensed land surveyor at the time, correct?
Yes.
Now, did you have a meets and bounds description of the property you were going out there to survey?
Did I have a meets and bounds as far as, I'm not sure what you're asking as far as the question.
Well, you know what courses and distances are?
Yes, sir.
Degrees of north, south, east, west, and the four quadrants of the compass.
Yes, sir.
And how you, if a line goes east so many degrees, then you set a transit, you find true north or magnetic north, and you turn your transit or your laser that many degrees, and you shoot the line of the distance. So courses and distances, meets and bounds, you're familiar with that, right?
We did have a meets and bounds descriptions. It did not have bearings and distances.
Where did you get the meets and bounds description?
I believe Mr. Porter got it from the county record room here in Lincoln County.
Did you ever go to the record room here in Lincoln County to check any records?
Yes.
With regard to this job?
Referring to this job, I did not know. That was obtained by Mr. Porter.
Did you examine any records or any descriptions of adjacent or adjoining property with the tract that you were to survey?
My duty on that job was to be in the field. Mr. Porter made the analysis. He compared all the deeds, and I did not do that. My job was to run the field group on that job.
So the answer to my question as we sit here today is no. You, as testifying here today as a witness, did not do any analysis of adjoining property, correct? Your answer is no.
I personally did not.
So the answer